attracted by the beauty and fortune of Rukmini, the daughter of King Bhishmaka. Many great princes and kings assembled to marry her. But Lord Krishna, stepping over the other hopeful candidates, carried her away as his own share, as Garuda carried away nectar. Report by Srila Prabhupada, Princess Rukmini, the daughter of King Bhishmaka, was actually as attractive as fortune itself, because she was valuable as gold both in color and value. Since the goddess of fortune Lakshmi is the property of the Supreme Lord, Rukmini was actually meant for Lord Krishna. But Sisupala was selected as her bridegroom by Rukmini's elder brother. Although King Bhishmaka wanted his daughter to be married to Krishna, Rukmini invited Krishna to take her away from the clutches of Sisupal. So when the bridegroom Sisupal came there with his party, with the desire to marry Rukmini, Krishna all of a sudden swept her from the scene, stepping over the heads of all the princes there, just as Garuda carried away nectar from the hands of the demons. This incident will be clearly explained in the 10th canto. Thus, in the purport, by His Divine Grace, Sri Srimad A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada. So, here are the brief pastimes of Lord Shri Krishna that He performed outside of Vrindavan. We see that the demons and materialists, they want Lakshmi. They want to enjoy Lakshmi. But they are not the rightful enjoyer of Lakshmi. The actual husband of Lakshmi is Krishna. So when they are trying to enjoy Lakshmi in the form of Rukmini, Krishna came and he stole her away from all of them. And Krishna, taking Rukmini, his rightful queen, back to his own Dhamma in Dwarka, showed them actually what is their position. They are insignificant compared to Krishna. In this way, Krishna, in other avatars, he also showed, just like in Rama avatar. At that place, Ravana, he also stole Lakshmi in the form of Sita Devi. And his idea was he was going to enjoy Sita. But Sita is only to be enjoyed by Rama, Chandra Prabhu. No one else is a fit person to be her master. So Ravana was cursed that if he were to dare touch a woman unwillingly, that his head would explode. His 10 heads would explode. So he would have to seduce the women he would abduct until they willingly agreed to accept him. But Sita never agreed to accept Ravana. Even he tried mystic power. He took a false head of Ram, threw it at her feet and said, "See, I've killed Ram. Now you should accept me." And she spit and said, "You are a dog," in so many words. "You are not crow compared to my Ramchandra. This is all some trick." So, therefore it is said that of all the chaste wives, even of the king of heaven Indra, no one compared with the chastity of Lakshmi. Of course, compared to the chastity of Lakshmi, actually she is doing tapasya to be elevated to the position of the gopis of Vrindavan. And of them, of course, the queen is Srimati Radharani. So the materialists, they are always trying to enjoy the Lord's energy. Therefore, their mentality is the mentality of demons. And therefore, although they try to enjoy continuously, it's being taken away. They're not able to maintain that status. And it's being taken away by Maya, by the cruel hand of death. The devotees, they are like representatives of Hanuman. They're also trying to take the Lakshmi away from the demons and return the Lakshmi back into Narayan's service. Just like Hanuman went all the way to Sri Lanka, and he was captured in the garden, giving a message from Ramchandra to Sita. Hanuman is the monkey devotee of Ramachandra, very powerful. He is the son of the wind god, Bhayu. So he is able to fly. He also has many mystic powers. So when they bound him up by ropes, then Ravan said, "Now you light his tail on fire, we will incinerate him." How do you say that? Exhume him. So they tied to his tail a rag of oil and set it on fire. And then Hanuman, he reduced his size. Reducing his size, all the ropes came loose, he got out, and he expanded his size to a huge size. And then he flew throughout the whole city of Lanka and set every house on fire. And he left the city of Lanka on fire, and then he jumped back to Ramachandra, across the ocean. So the devotees, they're not afraid of the demons. And whatever the risk, they're determined to save Lakshmi from the hands of the demons. Actually, Ravana was considered to be a great devotee of demigods. He was considered to have so many great qualities. But because ultimately he's envious of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he's considered to be a demon. But he was very powerful, he was very handsome, he had so many good qualities, he used to always give charity to the Brahmins. He showed so many good qualities. But ultimately he was envious of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Ultimately he was envious of everyone. When the whole Lanka was set on fire, his brother Vibhishana went to him and said, "My dear elder brother Ravan, Lakshmi has gone away from your temple. Now all Lanka is set on fire. Give back Sita, give her back. You are causing the ruin of Sri Lanka, our happy kingdom." And Ravana thought, "Oh, you rascal, you are telling me what to do?" And drove Vibhishana out of his kingdom. So Vibhishana went and joined Ramachandra to fight against Ravana. This is a good counsel is given to a demon, he'll never accept. Those who are downright demons, even the greatest counsel is given, he thinks that, oh, this person is envious of me. So one has to be very careful that this demonic mentality doesn't enter. It's so dangerous. Vibhishana, when he went to see Ramchandra, they saw, here's this big asura flying. Immediately Lakshmi says, "Kill him." And Ramchandra said, "No." Well, he said, he identified himself that I am your devotee. So then Ramchandra tested him and accepted. So the battle, of course, is amazing because by the power of Krishna and his energy, Prakriti kriyamanani gunai karamana sarvasa hankara vibhudatma kurtahamiti manyate. Everyone thinks they're the doer. That all the followers of Ravana, they were so dedicated to Ravana because he had given them sense gratification. Simply on a purely demonic level, but they were so dedicated, they were willing to give their lives for Ravana. One by one, when Ramchandra attacked with his hordes of monkeys, he sent out his great warriors. He sent out Indrajit, he sent out so many of his warriors. One by one, they were defeated. They would say, "How we can fight with these monkeys? They're taking the tops of mountains and throwing them on our head. How you can fight against a mountain that's flying and smashing on you? All right, if they took ordinary weapons, how you can fight against mountains flying? They pick up mountains and throw it on them." He said, "You are afraid? No, I'm a demon. Get out and fight." And one by one, they're all being killed. When they would leave the fortress of Sri Lanka, because what happened was they wouldn't go out and fight against monkeys. They said, this is beneath our honor to fight against them. But then they put in siege the whole Sri Lanka city. So eventually it was becoming so difficult they had to go out and fight. When they'd go out, there were such auspicious omens on Ravana's forces that as the general would leave, then hyenas would vomit blood on their horses and vultures would fly over and pass right on their head. And there are just so many, from the sky, blood and pus would rain on them. These were the auspicious omens when they were leaving there'd be a big fanfare, all the queens and everyone would blow conch shells as they leave, try to make some auspicious sign, hit kettle drums, and they'd go out and the vultures would, pass stool on their head, and then blood and pus would rain from the sky. Their flag would fall down off their chariot without any cause. Horses would trip. Every inauspicious possible sign would be there. Still they went out and fought and were killed one by one. So it was amazing to see how the demons, they're also going out and fighting with extreme valor. And the devotees, all the monkeys, all the associates of Rama, they're fighting. And everyone is filled with courage. But one is rightly situated and one is in illusion. This is the amazing thing. The demons, they think, I'm rightly situated. And they don't have the sense to see. So we see in this world today that there are a few demons. And most of the people are innocent. And they're being misled by these demons. And because the demons are showing such a determination, they're thinking, oh yes, they're right. But if someone just looks and sees what is the basis of their statements, they see that it's all simply sense gratification. There's not the bit of absolute truth in their statements. They're all wanting to exploit Lakshmi for their sense gratification. Not giving any tribute to the real owner of the goddess of fortune, the Supreme Lord. This is a very unfortunate situation. So, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he recommended everyone should study Shastra very carefully. Don't be lazy when it comes to reading the scriptures. If everyone studies the Shastra, then they can start to see what is the actual situation.